Outer Worlds. Excuse the darkness of the room. There's literally a severe dinosaur.
Think I'd care that the colony is in disarray? We didn't come to Arcadia to get bogged down in pointless warfare. We came to spread freedom and liberate resources for profit. But this pesky Earth Directorate agent is mucking things up. They're not alone in doing so. And they think they can just choose how things play out. They could stop us from stealing the Protectorate's brainwashing technology, which we need to improve our market share. What if this stranger aligned with the Order and that world computer of theirs? That could be the key to closing the rifts that threaten the colonies. So, you see why this menace must be wiped from the face of existence. Or, better yet, brought to our side through the power of capitalism. Now, let's get out there and buy our way to victory!
So whatever, I went to the stream. Hope y'all been doing this one good. We didn't have like an intro to stream today because I'm like literally just sat down like seconds before the showcase started. Remember our intro now. Hope everyone's having a good day. Everyone's feeling good. It's feeling good. Hope you're all being safe. Hopefully y'all feel good mentally and physically. If you're not feeling good mentally, hopefully better throughout the day. If you're not smelling good, wash your ass. Got a routine. Really just blew me out of freaking full screen and show me a fucking ad. Which fuck off. We want to run an ad. So we want to boot you out of freaking full screen so you can see this ad. The FC content drop is that there's going to be a secondary showcase after this to show more of this game. Everybody have an echo from tab.
World premiere.
World premiere. Assassino? Who's she? I'm intrigued already. I want to know who that is. Kinda reminds me of Aya. It's not Aya, but it reminds me of Aya. Tour. All strung up. Resonance. Intrigued, and it's really good. A Plague's Tale. Oh, I'm sold. I am sold immediately. The Xbox handheld device? Yeah, it's probably the Xbox handheld device. I would have not freaking like that. That'd be ugly. It's been so many years without an Xbox handheld device. The Xbox has wanted a handheld device for years. They've never freaking done it. They're doing one with ROG, Republic of Gamers, or it's like an Xbox Steam Ally. It's not the handheld that they're making. Might just be like a ROG Ally with the Xbox thing to it, and not the actual like Xbox handheld device. But they've been trying to make a handheld device since the Xbox original. They just never freaking really did it. Yeah, so it's ROG Ally and Xbox collaboration.
At Xbox, we strive to put the player first. And that's what you've seen from us over the years. We've led the industry with backward compatibility. We championed crossplay and cross-progression. We delivered Game Pass, first on console, then on PC, and with cloud gaming. So what's next? How can we give you even more freedom, more choice, more ways to play? Our next step is to unify your gaming no matter where you buy or play. So we're building an Xbox experience designed for players, not locked to a single store or tied to one device. The Xbox Ally is an Xbox you can hold in your hands, bringing together the power of Xbox and the freedom of Windows.
You thought you would have joined Discord?
On this Xbox, you can play games across your entire library,
good.
including all the Windows
I'll
PC
stay inside
game
the Discord chat in case you do get a chance to pop in.
To Steam, GOG, and Ubisoft Connect. And the highly anticipated Hollow Knight Silksong will be available at launch and in Game Pass when the Ally releases later this year.
Oh, what up, me guy? Hope you have a good day.
Every new game you see in today's show will be playable on the Xbox Ally. We have always wanted you to have the unique experience of Xbox on any screen. That's why we're investing in Xbox Play Anywhere. Whether you're playing on console, PC, smart TV, or any Windows handheld like the new Xbox Ally, the Xbox experience roams with you. Your library, progression, friends, and achievements. There are over 1,000 Xbox Play Anywhere games on Xbox today. And every new game you see in today's show, from our partners and our studios, is Xbox Play Anywhere. And because it's Xbox, you can always have access to Game Pass with a diverse lineup of games from the biggest franchises to critically acclaimed indie hits. This is the freedom we believe players should have. Any game, anywhere. And we are giving it our all every day to make this vision real. But it all comes back to the games. From Dead to Rights on the original Xbox to Armored Core 6, our relationship with Bandai Namco Entertainment has stood the test of time. We both believe in bringing amazing experiences to players around the world, and their next game does exactly that. From Rebel Wolves Studio, this is a story-rich action RPG steeped in dark fantasy that I can't wait for you to explore. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Bandai Namco, Doggos, Luna, Rebel Wolves. Vampires.
Monsters have always been here, watching from the shadows.
I'm ordering food.
When we were at our
weakest,
weakest,
gets bad.
They came out into the light. We feared for our lives, but we should have feared for our souls instead. The vampires didn't come to kill us.
I'm gonna say right now, this isn't anything biased. I know we're wearing an Xbox shirt, it's more just for our own brand. But the first minutes of this has been the best we've seen so far. Like, of anything involving Game Wars. Like, yeah, Resident Evil looked amazing, but you know, starting off with what they've shown so far, the ROG Ally collaboration, this game,
They tried to change me into one of them.
a new Plague Tale game. If you know me, you know I'm a massive Plague Tale freaking fanboy.
Something else instead. Their worst nightmare.
I fucking love Plague Tale, bro. And it's like it's not tied to the other two games. It's like a whole new I don't want to say a spin-off, but it's an in-universe
Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind
I'm intrigued by that.
is out there watching, seeping.
This game looks interesting. Multi-platform more than likely because it is bad and go. I want to clarify that because both PlayStation and Xbox tend to never like let you know that's something multi-platform. They confuse people. Blood of Dawnwalker. Well, Xbox does. I guess Xbox isn't freaking shady like that. So only PlayStation doesn't show what games are multi-platform. Xbox aren't going to show us multi-platform. That confused TBH. TBH was like, he thought that all the games that showed that State of Play was only on PlayStation, and it was like a whole list that came out that showed that pretty much everything other than like 3 games was multi-platform. Xbox Game Studios presents. Here we go.
Watch your back, Yakumo.
Team Ninja.
You're a wanted criminal now.
Platinum Games.
Kill the Dark Dragon myself.
It's the new Ninja Gaiden game.
As a Raven Ninja.
We can't forget, whenever people who watch Xbox Showcase to see Platinum Games' name, they get PTSD.
Breaking
For
the
what
Dark
could have been.
Dragon free has its consequences.
AKA Scalebound. Scalebound was an Xbox collaboration with Platinum Games. That got canceled because Platinum Games themselves said it was their own fault. They were being overly ambitious and couldn't get the game to work properly.
Sayori.
Ryu, there's something I need your help with.
Watch your dragon. I feel like playing this game is going to give people like that thought process. Like this is probably what the comment would be like in Scalebound. This is like it's Team Ninja's game, but they're working with Platinum Games. So I think Team Ninja's doing like the actual like design, like comment for like Ryu, like Abyssa. The Platinum Games doing like the more anime looking dude.
The Dark Dragon is mine.
Ninja Gaiden 4 comes out the 21st, day 1 Game Pass. This is the day 1 me playing that game, get my ass beat. Because we all know the original hard game was Ninja Gaiden. Before Dark Souls was Dark Souls, there was Ninja Gaiden. That's what the original hard video games were. Indiana Jones, you getting DLC? You might guess. Or is this, well, I won't do that here. It is going for PlayStation, I think, later this year, if not this summer. I have not done my review of this game yet. I need to. They're like so freaking busy when it comes to freaking getting reviews and stuff out. I'll probably do Clair Obscure first though, because I just beat that.
This is where it starts. Beneath the streets of Rome. Enter the city of Antioch. Find
Get
a
the newer
secret
games done
relic.
first, then work with the backlog reviews.
Bring it back to the Holy See.
Puzzles.
Defend the secret. They worshipped the giants.
Fucking Helldivers? Joking. I know a lot of people freaking literal as hell. Like, it's not freaking Helldivers. The Mythic Dawn? That'd be like an actual on-brand crossover because, you know, Mythic Dawn is freaking Elder Scrolls and this game is published by Bethesda. World premiere.
Premiere.
Long ago, a great creature appeared in this land. Giant feet. The beast spewed forth blight, corrupting all living things. Game Freak. They do Pokemon. The Pokemon developers making an Xbox game? Likely multi-platform. Wild Heart 2. Nice. Game Freak. Wild Heart will be EA. In the year 4026, humanity awaits its inevitable extinction. Looks good though. How much is actual gameplay? Probably none of it. Is that a mech? Beast of Reincarnation. Emma the Sealer. You are the blade that will destroy the Beast of Reincarnation. Alright, let's be honest here. How many freaking Japanese girls y'all know in that time period that name Emma? Like, listen here, Japan. Y'all gotta give freaking Japanese characters freaking English freaking names just so we can like feel attached to them. Like, give them a name that will fit that kind of setting.
Avalon sure do shine, because they swoop their filth down to us.
This Fable? Sorry, I saw the word Avalon, just immediately thought of Fable. It's not Fable, but brain thinks those kind of things. This game looks like it has a lower budget than most of the games you've seen so far.
Life here ain't for the soft-hearted.
Very steampunk though, so you got steampunk games, this will want your attention.
Fucking rust.
It ain't for the spineless.
Keep your filthy pickers off me.
And it's
Pissed off doll.
It ain't for the decent.
That's a clean sweep.
Call him Slappy. That shit's rude.
There has been a crime! Justice itself has been affronted! I have been burgled!
Lord Griswick.
Burgled!
Yes, I got that part. Do you know anyone who might wish you ill?
Everyone? His name's the Knob. Or everyone.
We can't arrest and question everyone.
Exactly.
Let's see if we can narrow the suspects down a bit.
They were,
Trust your instincts, sir.
tall,
Yes, sir.
built rather slim, well, muscular.
But they're using this to show the character
Very
creation.
quick, agile,
Go on.
with a mustache. No, larger.
I see.
Quite fashionable. That's the fiend who robbed me.
Count Dorian?
They got my good side.
Looks
this
like
time.
Dorian from Mass Effect.
Breaking in is the easy part.
You made Dorian. He peed himself.
Your brandy, sir.
Getting away with it is the real trick.
These candlesticks ain't gold. Worthless and dull, just like you. Nah, I have a customer. How can I help you?
I'd rather talk to you, Errol. Sounds like I'll get a better deal.
You
Look a little fuzzy in the face.
First, and
Graphics when they're talking just looks a little
Got
weird.
it?
Uncle's a bit touchy, ain't he, Errol?
You also like a little bit of like low frame rate.
There. Anything else you'd care to say to Errol? Brains. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Round here, it's all sharp edges, empty pockets, and blood on the cobbles. Goodbye, Silas.
No, no!
You were just wasting bullets at that point, my guy.
I'll hurt you, you fucking meat sack. I'll leave you with a pissing pan of peaches.
You put a
You've either
talking
got a
doll in
gank
your
in
back
your
pocket. What's he bites your ass?
Or a knife in it.
We're family here. Family takes care of its own.
Can't put a price on that, can you?
Them's in charge. They don't keep order. They keep power.
Take this thing into the crucible and melt it.
They just want us beaten,
broken and too scared to fight back.
I don't want to kill him.
That's why it pays to be clever and well-armed.
You customize your weapons down to the freaking barrel.
Let's go and end a few arguments.
Get a hollow sight in freaking 1800s.
They've got a weapon far worse. Time.
They can control time.
If they can rewrite history, they can rewrite us. But look who just found Mummy's keys. Now I
should be doing some time bending.
Put the bullet back in the barrel. Bring the chaos to a crawl. Take a mistake and make it like it never happened.
You mean ad in 4 minutes? I didn't run an ad beginning of stream.
World as we know it.
I wasn't late, but like I started the second game started.
And I can even go back and change the past to change the future.
Granada.
Let me tell ya, the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.
This is an intriguing looking game. So far, the highlight of the week has been this showcase, and it's still like kind of just getting started. Plus, it's like only an hour long. Clockwork Revolution.
Now let me alone and piss off.
Calm down, Stewie.
Our creative teams are dedicated
King and
to
Mojang,
bringing
Bethesda,
players
Blizzard,
award-winning,
Activision,
record-breaking, critically acclaimed
of course,
games.
Xbox
Call of
Game
Duty,
Studios.
Black Ops 6 from Activision, Doom: The Dark Ages from Bethesda, Diablo 4: Vessel of Hatred from Blizzard, and Avowed from Xbox Game Studios. All of our teams across Xbox First Party are shipping their most played games ever, and they're also delivering more content than ever before. From original single-player experiences to vast online worlds, our teams are empowered to build the games they've always dreamed of. We want our players to have the choice and flexibility of where and how they play the games our teams make. So, of course, our games will be available day one.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P.
Every
Diddy.
new game we make for both Xbox consoles and PC will be Xbox Play Anywhere. On behalf of our creative teams, thank you. These experiences don't stop when you put down the controller. As you've seen in recent years, more and more of our characters, stories, and worlds are expanding to brand new audiences through TV and film. A Minecraft movie and the Fallout TV series broke records and brought millions of players into the game. We have more projects in the works as gaming continues to influence film and television like never before.
Yeah, we already know that Netflix is trying to do a Blade movie. Freaking
Obsidian is having
Gears
a
of
year
War.
like no other. From
Netflix trying to
launching
do
a
Gears of War.
blockbuster new game like Avowed to the upcoming release of The Outer Worlds 2 this October. Obsidian is always delivering great games, and they have a third game launching this year. You'll get to go deeper on it in our Direct, but until then, let's take a look.
You got to go. You're digging a mouse.
주권 국가의 자주적 결정을 누가 허락하는가?
You say what about my mama?
만약 이 결정이
In-game footage.
대권 국가의 특정 정치 집단의 이익을 저해한다면
That does not mean in-game gameplay. It just means it uses the exact same engine the game uses to make this freaking vertical slice.
반대로 누군가는 당신의 의사결정에 영향을 주려 한다는 것을 인지할 때 자신만의 온전한 입장을 세울 수 있지 않을까? 당신의 입장은 온전한 본인의 판단인가? 그렇게 믿고 있거나 믿고 싶을 뿐.
It's a tank. There's 2 tanks. They're shooting the Capitol. Make it look like freaking what you call it in Colombia. All this sound. The Kirby tried to freaking join and they didn't let him in. What happened? Like a attempt to enter Discord sound or disconnect from Discord.
당신의 분노는 스스로 결정한 것인가?
That's wrong button shit. Ignore the random lag spike. That's not them, it's me. I accidentally freaking opened up freaking Opera. That's my fault. I accidentally freaking opened up Opera.
지정태.
2 hearts. I want to see more on that. I have an opinion of it. They showed a lot there, but I want to see like more. You know, some of these zombie games that have been announced and shown off. It all kind of been
world premiere.
Cutesy games. There's some Power World bullshit. You can control your Pokemon just wandering around. Gotta have all the ladies on this game like freaking black people playing 2K. Like the women's version of 2K. Just non-stop playing and spending as much money as possibly can on it. And all microtransactions. You know, tanks say man that needs money for their nails, when in reality it's for this game. Amino.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Tony Hawk.
It's Tony Hawk.
I just want to say thanks to everyone for
this
all
guy
the
looks
love and
ancient.
support we've seen since we announced Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 a few months ago. These games have changed my life.
Does he still
But more than
skateboard?
that, I've seen them help
At his
spread
age, if he
a
falls,
love
probably
and
down for a while.
appreciation for skating all over
Not
the world.
like in a permanent way,
And
but
that
like,
means
you know, just holding your
everything
knee for a long period
I
of
can't wait
time.
for you all to experience
We all know
the
you at a
game.
certain age and
It's
you
been
bust your
rebuilt with
ass.
much
You can
care
be
and
on
attention
the
to
floor
detail,
for a good
with some
hour.
brand new parks, new music, new skaters, and more. And you can enjoy it all with your friends with up to 8 players in multiplayer.
And just leave me down
Tony
here.
Hawk's Pro Skater
I'll
3 and
get up
4
in a bit.
officially drops July 11th, and we have a lot
Leave
more
me down here.
surprises to come. Check out the launch trailer now.
Activision presents skateboarding. Watch me do an ollie. Oh yeah! Look at this. Full X Games. You want to see some Paul Rodriguez and freaking Bam Margera? What will you think of next? You want to impress those girls who go rawr? Speaking of Bam Margera, Cowabunga, dude! It's Michelangelo. Turtles count it all. Not a giant Tony Hawk. You're gonna have Doom guy skateboarding? Oh shit. Play the demo today. Instead of killing freaking demons from Mars, Doom guys out here ripping freaking ollies and shit.
World premiere.
Ridiculous. Please. Come on.
Oh, that's fucked. Skybound Games. The Telltale people. Ah.
No, Dad. Not even close.
My food is here. I didn't want to see this, so I can get it when the next low moment happens. Man, get his ass beat like freaking when Broly was beating the fuck out of freaking Goku and Vegeta in the original Broly movie.
I hoped you'd understand.
Had to make Vegeta freaking cower in the freaking corner in the fetal position crying.
Accept our rule or die.
Man, was sitting there like, a legendary Super Saiyan, a legendary Super Saiyan.
I'm not your son anymore. I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good. I trusted you.
Another fighting game. And they'll have more players than freaking Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero. Coming next year. Square Enix. Final Fantasy VII. So they're finally going to announce the port for Xbox. Leviathan, Sephiroth. Coming this winter. Also comes to Xbox.
I'm here to even the odds.
The 16. Yep, 16. This game has a lot of mixed opinions. Some people freaking think it's one of the worst Final Fantasy games of all time. Some think it's a great game. For those interested in Final Fantasy VII, I do have a Let's Play the PC version on the YouTube. Also, random Final Fantasy remake nugget for y'all. Do you know who the voice of Sephiroth is? Give you a hint. He wears a freaking red cape with a big S on his chest. Tyler Hoechlin. The Anointed, no. Tyler Hoechlin is one of the best Supermans of all fucking time. He played Superman in the CW Superman show.
Games like Psychonauts 2 showed how Double Fine excels at creating unique and innovative experiences, and Keeper is no exception. Looking ahead, next year marks 25 years of Xbox. It's a big milestone for the platform and franchises that you helped build and make popular. We couldn't have done this without everyone who's been with us on this journey. As we think about bringing a new generation of players to these iconic franchises, I'm excited to share that players will get to celebrate 25 years of Xbox with a new Fable, the next Forza, Gears of War E-Day, and the return of a classic that's been with us since the beginning. Today, you've seen an incredible range of games from creators across the globe. Creators like In Exile, reaching for new heights with Clockwork Revolution. Sluggerfly, making Team Meat's modern classic platformer into 3D. Square Enix, bringing more of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy franchise to our players. And Team Ninja, returning to the beloved series they debuted on Xbox.
They did say they regret freaking making their games
You've also seen the next Xbox hardware release. Our Xbox Ally
they blamed that for why Final Fantasy 16 didn't meet its sales
your Xbox experience and your library with you anywhere. I hope you enjoyed the breadth and depth of the games, updates, and experiences that are coming to Xbox from our partners and our own creative teams. We're seeing more players on our platform and in our games than ever, thanks to all of you. We're proud of the creativity that Obsidian is delivering this year. Immediately after Showcase, our Direct begins, where you'll go inside the studio for an extended look at The Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2. Thanks for joining us today. But before we get into the Direct, we have a final world premiere. Enjoy.
What are you ending off with? Gotta be a heavy hitter.
World premiere.
A butterfly.
Welcome to the Guild. We have been expecting you.
Is this Kojima's game?
Please,
Kojima's working on an Xbox game.
You already know us.
You have not seen anything about it
leader.
at all, so I am kind of curious.
Our software, our systems, combined with our skilled team, is designed to save lives. Your years of service have shown you the importance of our work. Here, you'll witness the global scope of that mission.
Kind of like Alan Wake. Just a little bit, not a lot.
Let me introduce you to our esteemed visionary.
For too long, we have been bound by outdated systems.
Hella tattoos, lady.
Accepting limitations.
Till she likes color black.
Instead of redefining them. The
Trying to get
Guild
black?
is safeguarding tomorrow, now. We are pioneering the future of protection worldwide. Our advancements are designed to elevate everyday life. Reshaping the future of technology on a global scale.
Show heroes.
I'm Emma Kagan, CEO of the Guild.
Got the hands that feet, 9 Inch Nails.
Fear is a powerful thing. David Mason.
Mason? Call of Duty? The numbers Mason, what do they mean? Call of Duty Black Ops 7. The numbers, Mason. Mason is back, bitches. I guess that's one way to get some hype Call of Duty. Oh, Call of Duty is a dying franchise. How do you keep it interested? Mason. I give the showcase an 8. But BRB, I might grab my food real quick.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. We here at the studio have joked around that this has been the year of Obsidian, with Avowed releasing early this year and now ending the year with 2 more games. And what better way to cap this incredible year for us than by doing what our studio does best, sequels.
That's where I come in. You can get out of here, Fergus. Thank you so much. No, you're doing great. You nailed it. The sequel is the lifeblood of every great franchise. Think about it. The original creates the world and builds fandom, but the sequel, that's what makes it worth remembering. No sequel, no hoverboard. No sequel, no dual SMGs. No sequel, no raccoon tail. No sequel, no Zune 2. Which doesn't really exist, but I wish it had.
There was a Zune 2.
There was? There was a Zune 2? I'm Mark, the head of sequels here at Obsidian, and I have sequelized everything. Blockbuster movies to AAA video games to my first marriage, so trust me, I know what I'm doing. Come along on this journey with me. Part 2.
Let the killing commence.
Strong start, weak ending. I think it has its moments when it came to like some low moments. I don't really consider it an ending. If you're not to Call of Duty, then yeah, seeing Masons in Black Ops 6 wouldn't really like be a big deal. But generally, when it comes to like the grand scheme of things,
it's a continuation of the themes of Robert Barons in Space,
the heavy hitter of Call of
how
Duty.
people are controlled by the stories they're told by the people who have power over them. This time we're able to go a lot
So that game
deeper
by
because
itself
we have
make,
more time
you
and
know, a
money,
good
which is a
$1
great
billion.
thing, and we're able to make it a much more true
Especially bringing
Obsidian
Mason back,
reactive
which is definitely like
RPG than we were
a
the first
fan
time
favorite
around.
thing to do. Bringing back Mason is definitely like a
So we're going
to have
deeper and more
someone
complex with
return.
everything for the sequel. Deeper story, lore,
To get
RPG
the
interactions,
players
reactivity,
interested.
all the back we've been known for as a company. It's really
Bringing
a
back
complete
Mason's like bring
realization
back
of everything people
RPJ
want from an
for
Obsidian game.
Marvel.
Surprisingly, this is the first time in over 25 years that I've had the chance to do a full sequel
I'd give
for
it
a
an 8.
world that I helped co-create.
Started great.
It's really just a
Were there some
fantastic
games I was interested
opportunity
in?
to
Yes.
explore and
The ending.
expand the universe in interesting ways.
I'm a little hyped
and
for
to go
Mason.
even further with the themes of how people are affected
Yeah, I'm not a
by
big
living in
fan
a
of Call of Duty
dystopian
anymore when it
corporate
comes to like
reality.
a lot of the gameplay
You can
stuff
shoot
and a lot
your
of
way
things that are
through it, you can
multiplayer.
talk your way
But
through it, you can sneak your way
Black
through
Ops
it.
6's campaign
And
was
so,
good.
no matter what kind of play style that
not
you
gonna
like, this is just an
act like
awesome
Black Ops
franchise
7
and
can't have
an
good gameplay.
awesome game to jump into, even if it's your first one.
The first Outer Worlds was a great base to start from, as it has all the elements of a great Obsidian RPG. Interesting characters, deep worlds, important choices. In the Outer Worlds 2, not only
That
did we
does
want to
freaking
double
like
down on those elements,
kill the
but we
rumors though.
wanted
There
to
are
give
rumors that they're
players even
doing
more
another
of
Modern
it.
Warfare game.
We've also put a lot of investment into
It just
skills
was
and
proven
traits
to not be the
that
case.
impact things like combat, conversations, and areas that we call RPG interactions, which are the part of the world where players can use their specific skills, perks, and backgrounds to solve problems in unique ways in our new, bigger worlds.
I love a deep RPG experience.
always,
and
I'm
building
more
out
like an
that
open-minded
RPG
person when it comes to
crunchiness
that
for
kind
our
of stuff.
players was at the forefront of what we set out to create. We prioritize those deeper RPG options with different character
Outer
builds
Worlds,
and
though.
combos so players can express their role-playing
The first game was
power
kind of meh.
fantasies.
Wasn't bad, wasn't good. Just
We
a meh
also have
game.
different equipment options
this
for
one's
different
better.
play styles and different companions with different abilities. In the first Outer Worlds, you start off as the Stranger, which was basically a blank slate to build on top of with various attribute points that would begin to define your personal experience in the game. You can make any kind of character you want, but we've given you a role. That role is an Earth Directorate agent. You can think of them as kind of like space cowboys or space sky marshals.
I don't know if you're talking about her.
They're the good guys who go into places and kind of fix everything that's wrong. You're gonna be one of those.
I heard
But
that.
we don't tell you why you joined the Earth Directorate. There could have been a lot of different reasons, right? It could have been because you're an actual lawbringer and you want to go in there and spread law throughout the galaxy. It could be that you're a roustabout and you just had nothing better to do. After you pick your background, one of the really important choices you have next is choosing your traits.
Hey,
While we had attributes
exhausted.
in the first Outer Worlds, we've leaned into traits for the Outer Worlds too, which are these big changes to your character depending on which ones you pick. So it could be something like Brilliant, where you can tag extra skills and you start getting extra skill points. And that's obviously really great if that's how you want to build your character. You can also go and do something like Lucky, where you get extra critical chance, and you also get a lot of really cool options throughout the game as well. Of course, we brought back Dumb, so players love the Dumb option.
Tell me, do you believe in signs?
I wouldn't say. I feel like that's an exaggeration. See, don't cliff. And you can say like it got slower. Like there's a lull when they started showing like smaller games that people aren't really going to like care about.
Spirit to good use.
And you get like lots of really cool, fun conversation options in the game, but we took that even further. And again, there's lots of elements in the game.
Like the
where
ESL stuff was fine, but the Fallout stuff is boring as hell.
Something as simple as banging on a machine to get it to work. After you've invested in some of your traits, your next choices are going to be choosing your skills. The skills themselves basically allow you to build on your playstyle and what your character is doing in the game. That will be everything from playing stealthily to speccing for an explosive specialty.
I mean, when it comes to Call of Duty, you get into like it's all about hype.
Your character
It is,
continues to change with the
next to
different choices
GTA is
you
the
make.
biggest gaming
In the Outer
franchise.
Worlds
That's not a
1
sport
actually
game.
had more skills than we have, so we condensed them down to really the
And Black
core and
Ops is
essence
the biggest
what we
of the
really
biggest when it
wanted
comes to the Call of Duty
But we
franchise.
made each point that you put into a skill much more impactful. So instead of getting small percentage changes, we actually did much larger changes per point that you put in.
That's more so like Modern Warfare though. Modern Warfare is when it keeps redoing the old ones. Black Ops has kind of been like maintaining doing an actual new game when it comes to
can open up a lot
the
more
campaign at
options
least.
in the world itself. If anybody's played Fallout New Vegas, they'll
That's why
be
there's
very
hype
familiar
around
with
that
like the perk
because
system. We
Black Ops usually has good
basically borrowed
campaign,
that,
and they're bringing
but
back
went even
a fan
grander. We
favorite
actually
character
have
that's been
more
seen
perks
since
than
like Black Ops
Fallout
2
New
and
Vegas
Black Ops
did.
1.
But here's the cool
7.
thing, right?
So it's
We
been
check
all the
these
old
perks
heads
for
are like
literally
Mace's
everything,
back.
right? So you can do everything from, hey, I want to make a stealthy build that steals stuff and is really good at that. Okay, great. Well, you can take maybe the pickpocketing perk. So that's not available to everybody, but if you select that, now you can actually go around
That's
and
wishful
steal things
thinking
out of
for a
people's
game
pockets.
franchise. Most people don't freaking know it exists. I gotta remember who's watching.
There's another perk called heavy-handed, right? Where
You
say you're a
gotta remember
melee
who's watching.
person. What
Majority
this
of
does
gamers,
is now your power attacks that you use.
They would if they
actually
saw
knock
J
people
Empire, they'd be
down.
like, okay, who cares?
Oh man, I really like the serial killer perk. As you start killing people, they will drop hearts. And you can take those hearts, and essentially you're taking these trophies, you
You
could
also
say,
gotta remember this too,
and it's actually
that they
giving
do
you
hold
permanent
back
health
from showing
bonus
some
every time
things
you
because they
do
want to
it.
like hold it for
We have this
Game
perk
Awards.
called Assassin. Now this is an early game perk that you can
Jeff
take,
wants
which every
heavy
time you
hitters
use
for
stealth
his
attack an
shit.
enemy, you're actually going to get
Then
a
you also got freaking
movement bonus for a
Gamescom and
certain
all
amount
this
of
in
time.
GDC at the freaking Game Awards. I think this is definitely like the better showcase of the main three.
Flaws were a system that everybody loved.
That's not saying
from the
a
first
lot
game,
because some
but
Game
we
Fest
wanted
is
to
kind
make
of
it
like
more
just
personal
very
to
mellow
the
and
player. We
boring.
wanted it to really
And then PlayStation
reflect
just
how
like
you
you
were
could have had that
playing
on
the game
any
and give you
freaking given day.
a bonus
and
that you actually
okay.
wanted to
Yeah,
really engage with.
With the flaws
It wasn't like
system
some
returning,
Game
we
Fest kind of
knew we
showcase. It was
needed
like
to go
a
bigger,
random
better,
Monday
and more
for some
real
stuff.
than ever before. So we turned to the team. I told them, no bad ideas. Give me what you got. Okay, we need more flaws. We need them to be real. I want to put them in the game, so give me something. Inspiration. What's wrong with you?
Oh, I have bad knees.
You got bad knees? They hurt when you walk a lot?
Yes.
When you walk too much, they hurt?
No
I
cartilage.
mean, you can definitely
Sounds
tell that for
boring.
all
Makes you
these
sound like a
things,
boring
there's like
person,
a
but it's
formula
in the
they want to
game.
have. They want to have
That's
good
a good
games
flaw.
first,
What about
and
you?
then have like the
I
indie games,
like
the
to
games
take
people
small
aren't going to
things
be like
sometimes.
massively interested in during
So
the
you're
middle.
stealing.
I mean, they ended it off with like,
I'm
here's the
taking.
big budget
When do you
game
get
that
them
people
back?
are going to like care for and buy.
I don't.
Because it's a big budget
Claire.
game.
Yeah, you shouldn't be stealing. What are you doing? You shouldn't be stealing, Claire.
Tiny crimes.
Tiny crimes? Do you hear the second part, though? It's a crime.
Well,
You're stealing. Claire, that's wrong. You can't steal things, okay? But it's an amazing flaw that I'm putting in the game. But you're a bad person. And are you the one that took my stapler?
It's like I said before, I don't know if you heard me, but like, they've been trying to do a handheld device for like since the first Xbox.
What do we got? Flaw.
The original idea of Xbox was to be a handheld device. They were trying to make a handheld device before, and it just never got. Like, there's literally like a video of Bill Gates with a tablet, and he was talking about like how he wants to do a handheld video game system. Just never freaking came to fruition.
You guys get an hour?
Because it's going to do it with Sega. Because like this, the whole plan was to do it with Sega, because Sega also wanted to get a handheld device out. They did the Dreamcast instead. The Dreamcast failed.
Anything else?
Xbox was like, well, fuck you, do it on console instead.
Bad for you. Anything else?
One of
The
my
birth of the
favorite
Xbox
flaws
is a failure
something
of
called
Dreamcast.
bad knees. It will actually give you the option to take this flaw that'll make it so that you move faster throughout the game. But the problem is, anytime you stand up, your knees are going to make a loud popping noise that makes it so that, well, everyone around you is going to hear you.
It's also good that they did it with ROG. You're doing it with a company people already trust, because it's just an ally. It's literally just an Xbox version of ROG Ally. People who already have an ally are like, hey, I already have an ally, so this is freaking cool. And they'll tell people, like, hey, ally is pretty good, so you don't have anything to worry about with getting your Xbox.
Automatically steal them. So you have to be very careful about how you use them.
One of our more wacky perks is the Sun Gazer Flaw, and it just gives everyone cataracts while playing their game. So everything becomes like light shafts and blooms and hazes, and makes the game pretty unplayable if you happen to choose that perk.
If you happen to be the type of player that habitually reloads your weapons like I do, well, you'll be offered the flaw of over-prepared.
Most
Now,
depressing looking
you'll get
module
larger
6 I've seen
magazine
in my life.
sizes on all of your weapons, but if you ever fully empty your
I got
magazine,
the How to Train
you're
Your
gonna take a
Dragon
debuff for a while.
limited edition freaking little combo from Burger King.
Well,
It
with
comes with
support
like
options,
a
like being a
flame
gunslinger
double
who
whopper
wants to
and some
key
free
into
modular
destructive
sticks.
weapons,
These most
or a
depressive
rogue who wants to
sticks
alpha strike their
they look
enemy before they
overcooked.
know what hit them.
The cheats look
also
rubbery
allow
and shit.
for a lot of fun and experimental builds. You can be a mad scientist who utilizes gadgets and wacky science weapons and armors. Or even a psychopath who gains permanent bonuses to health by murdering their friends.
Nothing shows the impact of these character build options better than, in my opinion, the bridge area, which has a quest you get early on in Paradise
I mean, the
Island.
breading tastes good, just don't taste cheese at all. Which kind of kills the point of having slicks. Go ahead.
Not only do you kind of encounter this very early, and it's a very core one to the story.
I was done, you can go ahead.
But it really expresses our philosophy of allowing the player to solve problems in a bunch of ways. So you may solve it by, speech options. You may talk to them and maybe have to go do a quest for them and really kind of prove that you're a friend of the Protectorate to get by.
I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate.
You could go guns blazing and you could just take everyone out inside the POI, lower the bridge itself, and kind of get across. You could sneak in, lower the bridge, and then actually sneak in under the bridge to get over to the other side. You can bypass the bridge entirely if you found like certain gadgets, like the shield gadget that protects you from poison gas as you go across, or the double jump boots, which kind of allow you to jump across the chasm and get across that way. There's even a really kind of messed up way, right? Which is players can actually sacrifice one of their companions. The companion who they just found is part of.
We're no different than the Breeze if we start tossing our own to the rats. I sure as law
You just get a 4 out
ain't
of
gonna
10.
follow someone who can't see the wrong in it.
I must admit,
my
I'm
real estate,
surprised
get a 4
we
out
could
of 10.
come to an understanding. But I thank you for your loyalty, stranger. As promised,
whole
you shall
4 out
have
of 10 Burger
clearance
King,
to
you failed
cross this
horribly.
bridge.
It's such a fun quest, but
I didn't
again,
even
it
bat my
really
bill sticks. Those
showcases
are like
that
easy
we
to
want you to
make.
be able to solve this in whatever way you want to.
It's mozzarella
When you
sticks.
build your character your way, we're there for you.
The issue,
we
like, you
really
can taste
want
it,
you
that
to
they
have
just-
the
they
experience
overcooked it.
that you want to have out of this.
Like the breading tastes fine. Like it does taste good. It just tastes like,
From the very
the breading
beginning
has
of our
like a
discussions
perfect
about the
crisp
Outer
to it.
Worlds, we really
The
knew
cheese
we wanted
overcooked.
every game to take place in a different colony. This lets us expand on all aspects of the universe. Every colony can be its own thing with its own flavor, and we can center them around anything we want. Any ideas or setting we're interested in.
When we can add in 4 minutes.
Arcadia is an isolated colony with abundant resources, and it's run by an authoritarian faction called the Protectorate. Their dictatorship is thematically based around the question of how much freedom people will give up for security and luxury. For Protectorate subjects, unfortunately, that answer is everything. The Protectorate is also incredibly wealthy because it was founded by the inventor of the skip drives, which are the outer world's faster-than-light engines. But those skip drives are starting to cause rifts in space-time, which are cutting off all the other colonies on Earth from being able to trade with each other. The Order of the Ascendant is an offshoot of the Order of Scientific Inquiry from the original game, and like them are a science-based religion with the same goal of solving the universal equation, which will allow them to predict and
It would be
alter the
ideal,
future to the
but
benefit of
Activision's
all
too freaking
mankind.
money hungry for that.
They used to be part of the Protectorate, but they split off to focus on solving the
Like, I'm
equation.
sure Xbox
for
would be
the good
cool
of
with it, but
everyone,
Activision
not
probably
as
like,
a way
no,
to
we
simply
can't do
control
that.
the masses. The player's been sent to Arcadia as an Earth Directorate agent to find out how the skip drives are causing the rifts and what can be done to stop them. Each of the factions have their own solutions to the rift problem and their own goals. The Protectorate wants to close them to protect their legacy as the inventor of the drives and their wealth. The Order wants to close them not only for the good of everyone, but also because they're complicating the math they're using to solve the universal equation. And Antes just wants to be able to open and close them at will to control all the trade routes between the colonies.
The only thing about that, just play devil's advocate,
in addition to
is that
expanding the themes and lore of
games
the
are about to start
Outer
cost $80
Worlds, we're also
bucks,
expanding the
so having
humor,
a subscription
so
fee
each
go up,
faction has its own
money would just be
flavor
like
of
very bad
absurdity.
PR.
Anti's Choice is a merger between Anti-Cleo and Spacer's Choice from the original game, and there are corporate representatives in the Outer Worlds too. They've invaded Arcadia to liberate their resources for all of humanity, at a profit, of course.
One of my favorite things from Fallout New Vegas is the radio system. It was just iconic for me, and I wanted to make sure that the Outer Worlds 2 had that. So we actually built out 3 different radio stations, one for each of the major factions. You also have a ton of music. Each station might have, like, I think 20 tracks of unique music that we've made for it. It's a lot of stuff. But the really cool part about this entire thing is that we actually put a lot of reactivity into the radio. So it will respond to the things that are going on around the world that you've been interacting with. So if you go into a location, let's say you solve a problem for the Protectorate folks, if you listen to the Protectorate radio station, they're gonna be cheering you on as a hero.
Wonderful news, everyone.
I mean, they did show a lot of like new IP.
Automech repair facility, strongly believed to be caused by Anti's Choice
That Keeper game, Double Fine, a new Plague Tale game, that Clockwork game. Like, they showed a lot of stuff.
Now, I'm not saying we caused it in the first place, but we sure like the idea of all those broken auto mechanicals. And
Right now, they're dedicating a whole hour to freaking Ground It 2 and
the factions and companions are great examples of how we're going deeper and
Outer
more
Worlds 2.
complex this time around. They're integrated into the game's storyline much more than we did on the first Outer Worlds, and like with everything else in the game, they have a lot more reactivity. There are 6 companions in the Outer Worlds too. As usual, each has their own quest lines, but this time they are also connected to a different faction and have character arcs that the player can affect through their choices. Your first companion is Niles. He's another Earth Directorate agent like you, and he's looking for your help to decide whether he wants to become an even better agent or to turn his back on the Earth Directorate completely. There's also a somewhat cute Automech support drone that is basically Niles' helper. Her name is Val. Marisol is part of the Order of the Ascendant, and she's an aging but still deadly assassin. That's right, she's a deadly mathematician who may or may not have some unfinished business to attend to with the player's help. There's also a cultist named Azza, who is part of a sub-faction that worships the rifts, and in her case, violence in general. You can choose to either turn her away from overt violence or support her chaotic and dangerous tendencies. Now, at one time, Anti's Choice had a program to graft soldiers with animal parts to make them more formidable. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work, and most of them are now dead. There's a combat medic who survived,
You can play that
named Inez,
cozy
and
ass
she wants the
freaking
player to
not
help her fix her
Pokemon game.
graft, among other things. Finally, there's Tristan. He's a Protectorate Arbiter who is judge, jury, and executioner all rolled into one heavily armored package. It is your choice to either help him judge wrongdoers or show him what true justice looks like.
We definitely have reactivity in the game based on how you've been treating your companions. I won't reveal the end of the game, but let's say if you have not been treating them well, you will find out at the end of the game what that means.
Companions are a very, very important part of merchandising because that's the real beauty of the sequel. We're talking merch,
Nah, I think that game will be safe from
It is the
Nintendo.
lifeblood. It is what
It looked like they actually
fuels us.
designed
Do you
their
wanna
own
see some
shit.
ideas?
Where it's like Power World looks like they
Check
definitely
this
just
out.
put some shit through an AI generator and it's like,
Gen
all right, here we
Alpha
go.
loves body pillows, especially ones that look like human beings for some reason, right? Who needs a significant other when you could have a knife-wielding space psycho up in your sheets, huh? What do they do with them when they get them, huh? Maybe a little napping.
I'm sure people who made
maybe a
that
little
game are
snuggling,
good that.
Maybe a little.
I'm sure they went through a fine cyclone to make sure nothing that Nintendo would be mad about. Like, it doesn't seem like it's an actual like Pokemon like game. Like, it looks like a inspired Pokemon, but like a real Pokemon, yeah, like Outer World is.
The Outer Worlds 2 is driven by an invasion of the Arcadia
Like, you can control the
colony
Pokemon. Like in that game, you can control the animals yourself. Whereas like Outer World, you don't control the animals. They do whatever they want to do.
World War I-like setting in space. That evolution is seen across all aspects of the game, starting with the factions. How do you militarize everything, including extreme capitalists or math-crazed scientists? In a World War I setting, war comes with propaganda. The sovereign uses
I'd
it
imagine
to
that they want to do it because they just want to like try something different. Like they probably want to like show like, hey, we can do more than just make Pokemon.
Within the grand plan.
They want to like not be constrained to like the inferior technology that is a Nintendo Switch.
Breathing place scarred by a long-standing war. Fairfield, one of the first towns you encounter, was once under protectorate control, but has recently been taken over by Auntie's Choice. They don't just occupy the town, they rebrand it with their signature style, repainting buildings, posting guards, and adding propaganda-based holograms featuring Auntie and the Moon Man. Showing the towns evolving after the invasion helps us push immersion for our players. One of our priorities in visually realizing the world of the Outer Worlds 2 was making sure everything is clear and recognizable from the player standpoint. We want to make sure each faction has a particular look and design. So when the player is running across these vast, different environments and landscapes, they're recognizing the motifs and visuals of who they're talking to, what they're going to be talking about, and how that progresses throughout the story.
I mean, they're like a remaster, like it's not like a revamp / remaster of both those games from Switch too. But generally, I want to say again is a lot of stuff when it comes to like the Pokemon game is going back to the fact that the Switch is such an inferior technology to where there's not much that they can do because of how outdated that platform is.
With larger environments, we wanted to encourage exploration by improving player mobility across the board. Now you can run, slide, double jump, mantle, and parkour your way through all of the nooks and crannies of these worlds. It really allows the player to just explore and have fun finding really cool stuff.
That's kind of like why I feel like like you gotta cut them some slack when it comes to like them making a whole new game and being upset that they
make everything in the Outer Worlds like better from top to bottom.
There's so much they can,
the
they
RPG
can do
elements for the start,
platform
that's
that's that inferior.
Our story, our art, and especially our gameplay. A good sequel is true to the original. That's first and foremost, right? Like we all want to add in a bunch of things as you're making a sequel, right? We want to make it bigger and better in every way. That's what we were trying to do here. And I thought we did not need this consultant. We've made enough sequels. We understand how to do this. And I will say, I don't think it's been entirely successful.
I am very proud of the combat improvements we have made in the Outer Worlds 2, thanks to my patented combat system. You may be thinking to yourself, it can't be that good. Shush, what are you even talking about? You haven't seen it yet. Watch this. Put a helmet on, because I'm about to blow all of your minds with my COMBAT system, combat system. My name is Mark, I'm the head of sequels. Shall we begin? You're thinking, what's C for? C. Capitalize the fact that the people loved the first game. We're gonna take those people, we're gonna make them buy the sequel, giving out pounds, pounds, pounds. Quick ones, ha, ha, not you, Dev. Here we go. What comes after C? O. Optimize for player satisfaction. I am terrified of online gamers. Okay, I want to make them happy. So let's, okay? All right. Mobilize the players so they're ready for that
like
sweet
thing with the devs. It's definitely like meant to be goofy.
Sweet. If you don't have rhythm, Brandon, just
it's kind of been like corny up to this point, but there was one that was actually kind of funny.
Everybody has a different rhythm, and it's blowing mine. And here we go. B. Burglarize. What is this? It's basically just finding new ways to loot dead bodies. You know what I mean? Right, Otis?
Okie dokie.
Okay. Well, it's a big part of the game. A. You got to agonize about how many people are going to be angry that we have just put so much combat into this thing and almost no romance at all.
I appreciate you coming by to the stream.
What is wrong with us?
The rest of your work day.
We can't have one love story in this?
Survive the day.
How many people have been in love?
Survive the day.
Raise your hand if you're in love. Okay. Are you lying?
I have a wife.
Put your hand down.
I believe in you.
T. Trois. In French, that means two.
Well.
Sequel.
I think that means 3.
Okay, you're getting ahead of yourself. Come on, Claire. We're on 2. And how do we end it? Anything is possible. And we've established that we're the best there is, and there's no sequel better than us. And if I could just say one more thing, thank you very much. I know I've kind of changed the world of video games today.
For the Outer Worlds 2, we wanted to improve gunplay in every way. We focused on improving the feel of each weapon, the way a weapon snaps into ADS, the way recoil feels when firing, and how impactful our sound effects really sell the weapon's fantasy, to things like how a unique reload animation can add a lot of character to each weapon.
Free time.
We've increased the variety of weapons by including new weapon types, but also through a host of fun and unique weaponry. We have things like the Bourse Blaster that fires out tumors that can explode like grenades, or can even be eaten by the player for additional health. We have a weapon called Rookie's Reward that will actually level up the more you use it throughout the game. And every time it levels up, it's got fun fanfare where it's like shooting out confetti and it's got a fun little setup. We have a really fun weapon called the Pop-Up Gun. It fires out ad drones that will distract your enemies with corporate ads, slogans, and jingles. While your enemies are distracted, you can focus fire on them or explode these drones for additional damage. New to the Outer Worlds 2 are throwables. So you can
it's
use
probably like for her,
frag
it's probably
grenades
just
to
like,
flush
you know,
out
she feels like this is a way for you and her to like actually like to bond other than, you know, like watching stuff together, but like playing games together is way more intimate when it comes to connecting with anybody, whether it's friends, family, parents.
And even science grenades
like,
that will
there's like a
levitate
connection.
enemies,
There's like,
allowing you to fire upon them while they
I don't know if she has like
float
nobody else to play games with. It's like, so it's just you. There's like, alright, then it has.
And of course, science weapons are back. We have returning favorites like the Shrink Ray. This time it's been upgraded so you can shrink your enemy down to the size of a sprat and run over them, exploding them into bits.
The Shrink Ray, that was probably my favorite one from the first game, so we brought it into the second game, but we improved it though. So instead of shrinking your enemies for a short period of time and having them re-expand, this time they stay shrunk, and we actually added in the ability to step on them and kind of squish them and kick them, because we knew that that was the player fantasy. We knew that's what everybody wanted to do. They wanted to step on the enemies, they wanted to kick them, so we made sure to double down on that stuff.
In addition to things like our returning favorites, we also have some really fun and unique new science weapons. One of them is called the Armageddon.
I'd say
this one's really cool
like,
because it
kind of
actually shoots out these
know, like,
masses.
can it be like
these
one
little
day
arms
where I
that
just
will
have like
stick
me and
to
my
people
friends
or
and
cover
not,
all
you know,
kinds of different
us.
things. And
We have our time all the
continue to
time,
just
so like,
hit
you know, just
them
one day
until they get destroyed. And we have another one that's just super cool called the Spectrum Dance Saber. This is a melee weapon that actually lets you attack to a musical beat. And if you continue to do that, you'll actually get additional bonuses each hit you do. One of my personal favorite weapons is called the Big Bang. It's just a big freaking gun that uses material harvested from rifts to shoot out a giant ball of energy, vaporizing everything in its path. Now, ammo's extremely rare for this weapon, but you can use it in just the right situation to devastating effects.
Like another great one is Gary. If you wear Gary, he will lash out at your opponents as you're walking through combat. So we even have science armors, and we've really kind of shown off what we thought was really great for the player from a science perspective.
We're all about letting people play the game their way. There are some players who prefer to be immersed in a first-person view, taking in all of the details. But there are others who really prefer to take the world in from a third-person perspective. Why not allow both? Well, now you can swap between the two, letting you enjoy the experience in whatever way you like. One of the things I really like about having the third-person mode is being able to see all of the fun and unique armors and armor combinations and weapons that you can equip your player with. All of the actions that you could do in first person, so you're double jumping around, you get to see your character in that way, and you get to take in the world and see things in a different light.
The Outer Worlds 2 is really the biggest game we've ever made. Bigger choices, more reactivity, more weapons, more things to find in each of the worlds the players can visit. The team has done incredible work bringing the Outer Worlds 2 to life, and we can't wait for you to play it.
Even though we've always been a multi-project studio, this is going to be the first time we've ever released 3 games in 1 year. It feels amazing to do. We're so excited for more people to be playing our games. It is truly an exciting time here at Obsidian.
3 games 1 year.
We're exploring worlds big and small while expanding on franchises that we've created, and we have no plans to slow down. We hope you all continue to come along with us as we do what we do best.
And you're not playing slowing down. How about a good old freaking fashioned, what you call it? What's that game called? Oh yeah, Fallout New Vegas. Let's get a Fallout New Vegas freaking remake.
With The Outer Worlds 2, we're all about the best place to play, which is also the promise of Xbox. You can play The Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it may be hard to play it when you're staring at all these beautiful holes. Let's cut that. You can play The Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox. Oh yeah, now that's Microsoft. Or you can take a phone call on this Xbox, then play The Outer Worlds 2 right after. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. Hello? What am I doing? I'm playing The Outer Worlds. Hello? Yeah, this is Mark. I didn't know I had jury duty today. You could play The Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it takes 2 people to lug around safely. We're gonna go up to my apartment, okay? And this is an Xbox you actually wear that also plays The Outer Worlds 2. What do you think, Claire?
This is amazing.
Are you playing?
I think so.
Fantastic. So now this is actually not an Xbox, so you cannot play The Outer Worlds 2 on it. Can't play anything on this. I guess Bread. You ever play Bread where you take it out of one slot, put it in the other? I don't have friends. If you pre-order the premium edition now, you'll get early access, which is like a prequel to the sequel, or is launch the sequel to the pre-order, or like, why are any of us alive at any time? It doesn't matter. Either way, my job here is done. It's time for the Grounded 2 portion of the Direct, which is sort of like the sequel to the Outer Worlds 2 portion of the Direct, which I absolutely just hit a home run with. You know, it's really nice to see my influence go on to other games. Take it away, team. And big exit?
Admittedly, I don't care about freaking Grounded, so we are going to freaking, like, move on. We are going to move on. I do not care about Grounded. Yeah. General thoughts. I think the Xbox Showcase was an 8 out of 10. There was like a little bit of a moment where I just like kind of like lost interest. Because it was like, you know, just games that I didn't care for. Because I don't care for them doesn't mean that they're not games that are, you know, good or worth mentioning. You know, I'm not one of these people who can think everything has to be for me. You know, some things just aren't for you, and that's fine. Some things just aren't for you, and that's okay. I don't need every game to be directed towards me. But I like it for what it was. I liked it when it comes to, you know, just them showing game at the game and how the presentation was in and of itself, and the new IPs that we saw, and you know the things that they showed off, you know, that we already knew were coming. Then, like they said, next year they're gonna show like Fable and a new Forza game and things like that. So, you know, I'm intrigued for what's to come. I'm curious what's going to be shown off and announced from the Game Awards and Gamescom, and it goes for like all the platforms: Nintendo, Sony, the other, you know, studios like Ubisoft, EA, all of them. Like I'm a gamer. I just want to see what's coming out and get our hands on. But it was a decent showcase.